I kept facing the same problem with AI video generation. I got the perfect character, but when I tried to build a sequence out of it, everything just fell apart. And that's the problem with all the AI video generation tools right now. It's the consistency problem, and that's the biggest blocker in visual storytelling because the characters does not look the same across all the frames, and that just breaks how you are telling a story. But today I'm here to tell you that that problem is dead. In this video I would be sharing my experience of using Higgsfield's Popcorn. I will also show you that how you can create videos that has consistent characters like these videos up here.
You said you have something special for me today?
Look under the table. New sneakers.
On X, a lot of people are even calling it Nano Banana Killer. I will leave that conclusion up to you, but in this video, I would be showing you my workflow of using it. So let's get started. Now, first, what is Higgsfield and what is Popcorn? Higgsfield is sort of this AI content creation aggregator. So over here, you get access to things like WAN 2.5, Sora, VO 3.1, and all of those models. So, marketplace for everything that you need for creating AI content. And Popcorn is their proprietary image generation model that they recently released. It's very similar to Nano Banana or any other image generation on the surface, but it is much better when it comes to storyboarding and creating consistent characters. Here are two modes here. First one is auto, and the second one is manual. Auto is when you just give it some reference images and then you describe the kind of images that you want it to create. You don't specify every frame. And then there is manual where you specify how you want every frame to look like. So I would be using manual here. The first thing here is we would be uploading some reference images. The total amount of images it can work with is 8 images. So if I upload 4 reference images, it can create 4 storyboarding images. So you have 8 images to work with. I have 2 reference images. The first one is of a Stanley Cup, which is the product, and the second one is of a model. Since I've selected 2 images here, I can get up to 6 frames where each scene can have something different. So I'll start with the first scene. I want the model, which is basically the second image, holding the product, which is basically image 1, in her hands on the streets of NYC. Then I will try to build a story out here. In the second prompt, she is sipping water out of the product. Then fourth one, I will just mention she boards the bus, takes a sip from the cup again, and now the fifth scene would be being filled into the cup from a tap. And finally, the model is on our desk working, and the cup is there right on the table. And once I have that, I can just select the aspect ratio I want to go for. I will just keep it 9 by 16 because I would want to create a reel out of this. And rather than typing these manually, you can just go to anything like Claude or ChatGPT and ask it to create prompts for each of these specific scenes. So let's try creating this. I will just click on generate for free. And side by side, I would be also showing you the process of creating this with any other AI image generation model like Nano Banana and Seedring. So I will just open up another tab. I will just open Higgsfield. So let's start with the same prompt that we created. So you will see that over here we cannot add like multiple prompts on the kind of images we want. So I will just add the image of the model and the cup here, and I will just mention the first prompt. I want you to create 4 scenes using the cup and the model. And then I will just mention the 4 scenes that I wanted, and I will just click on generate. I started getting the responses from Popcorn. So if I look at the first image where I wanted the model to be on a street in NYC, this looks nice. The image is good. If I just zoom in on the product, this looks consistent, although I cannot see the logo here, but it's a far off shot. And let's look at the second image. Product looks consistent. The character also looks consistent. It's still wearing the same clothes. It's still the same person. Then it's the third image where she is holding the cup and walking on her way to the bus stop. Now this image looks a bit off. There is this weird wedge here on the product. I would want to ideally just make some tweaks in this image. Then we have this fourth image where she is on the bus. She has the product in her hand, and this actually looks pretty cool. It has this effect in the background, a blur effect. And if I look at the next shot, the logo here is done really well. The product also looks accurate. The hand slightly looks a bit off. And then the next image, when she's working on her desk with the cup, this looks precise. This is good. It gave me four shots that I can use in some sort of photo shoot, or I can create a video out of it. Now let me compare it with Nano Banana side by side. First thing is I had to drop each of these prompts individually. I had to write one prompt for each of these images. When I compare the first scene here, this looks definitely better. It has much better visual quality. The logo is precise. I only see that there is an error with the letter E here. Rest of the things are accurate. If I look at the second scene, this looks way out of the place. It just added the product next to her on the original image. It did not do anything. That is a bummer. Also, when you start noticing all of these shots individually, you will see that none of these works together that well. The first shot has different lighting, the second shot has completely different lighting. The third shot here of her walking also looks fine. Then the fourth shot seems out of place. She is holding the cup, but there are discs in front of her that she's holding. Then her filling up the cup. For this, I specifically asked to just show the cup, not the person. And then the final shot looks actually good. Overall, I think in terms of consistency, I really liked what Popcorn created here. But decide for yourself. You have all the responses in front of you. Now, moving on to the next part, I would want to convert all of this into sort of a product video. For that, first, I would want to fix some of these images. So if I look at this image, like, the cup handle is missing, the Stanley logo is also not here. So I just go on this image, click on edit, and mark this specific area and provide the image of the product again. And now I have the output. So if I look at this image, which is basically the same product fixed, over here it has sort of merged the finger and the handle. Probably not this one, but if I look at the other one, in this everything looks accurate. I also see a logo of the product. Her hands are looking fine, the cup is looking fine, the straw is in her mouth. So this image is fixed. I can just download this image from here. So that's there. Now the next thing is I would want to create a video out of this entire sequence. I will just download all of these images. I will just go on video and go to generate video. I will select the first frame here. I will just use the first frame that features downloaded now. I guess this was our first frame. Then for the end frame, I will use the frame that we created after that. Her walking with the cup in her mouth. I'll add this as the second image. The transition from frame 1 to 2, the model walks with the cup on the street while taking a sip. For this, like, you have bunch of different options. I would be using Higgsfield light here, and I will just click on generate. I will do the same for the rest of the shots, and then by combining all of these, we would have a product video that we can use. Now we have videos created from these shots. If I look at the first video here, this is her transitioning from walking on the street to the footpath while sipping from the cup. It's a 5 second long video. Then if I look at the next shot, this resumes from here and then she reaching her stop and waiting for the bus to arrive. This looks a bit weird that the pole is moving towards her, but rest of the shot looks good. It's actually accurate. Then if I look at the third shot, it is her waiting on the stop and then boarding the bus. And then it cuts off at the scene where she is inside the bus. Now, if I play the next shot, it just transitions from her getting off the bus and then filling her cup. And then the last shot is the cup is being filled and someone just gives it her on her desk. So that's the entire video. I think it looks really consistent. There are still some things in the third image You can see there is no bus coming in between. So I would just add much more frames there. Apart from that, it is really well done. And the thing that Popcorn really solves is the consistency part, which is done well here. So that's it. That's the entire process. That's how I've been using it. I've been using it for promoting my own product, which is a digital app. I would be showing you how exactly I'm using it for that as well, and some of the next videos. Overall, my thoughts are this is really good if you want to create 5 to 10-second shots of your product, and if you want to create images that look consistent. With Nano Banana and other models, it's much better if you want to create one shot, but if you want to create a sequence of shots that look similar and finally want to create a video out of it, then definitely Popcorn adds a lot of value. You get 25 free generations every day, so there is no harm in trying it out. I'm going to be using it a lot for promoting my own software, and I would be sharing all about that. That's all for this one. Bye bye.